I'm so embarrassed. Would you like to see the messiest room I have ever shown? A portion of today's video is kindly sponsored by Factor. Well, hey friends, so glad you stopped by to hang out with me today while I get some stuff done around this house. My to-do list feels like it's a mile long at this point, and no, I do not claim to get it all done, but today I'm gonna sure try. We've got a holiday coming up, an international trip coming up, and you know what, getting these random things off of my to-do list in various places around this house is actually really gonna help me feel a lot more in control and less stressed out. We're gonna start here with cleaning out the fridge. That's always a really good one to get the ball rolling. And if you'd like to join me, why don't you roll up your sleeves with me and we can get started together. What goodies shall we find today? Just the same old when it comes to cleaning out our fridge each week. I will say our family has actually gotten a lot better in the last couple of years with food waste and consumption and making sure that we're purchasing things that we actually eat versus just letting whole bags of spinach rot in the fridge. Raise your hand if you've been there, but it has gotten a lot better. One area that we're still stumbling in is leaving the tiniest little bit left in a jar or a package of something and letting it sit way past its expiration date and letting it grow mold rather than just using that last little bit when it's still fresh or doing ourselves a favor and just tossing it before putting an almost empty jar back in the fridge. Are we the only ones who do this? I would love to know in the comments if you do, but you know, I keep it real around here. I show the messes. I don't try to make it look perfect. This fridge is a great example of that, and just you wait until we get to some messier parts of my house today. But if you are new here, I'd just like to say welcome. My name is Natalie, and I love to make the topics of homemaking, minimalism, simple living approachable and applicable to real homes, real lives, and real families. So if that sounds good to you, I'd love it so much if you'd subscribe. Is there anything from the sauce closet that can go? Well, there's no more ketchup left, so that can go. Okay, well that looks much better. I'm gonna share a tip with you that I have learned about keeping a fridge maintained. But before I do, I would like to thank Factor for sponsoring the next couple of minutes of today's video. Hey, you'll not want to skip through. Stay tuned through this segment to hear the best deal Factor has ever offered you guys. If you don't know, Factor is America's #1 ready-to-heat meal kit, offering a wide variety of delicious and nutritious meals that are delivered straight to your door. Weston and I enjoy picking out our meals on the Factor website or mobile app. They offer protein-packed, keto, calorie-smart, chef's choice, and even vegan and veggie options. It's easy to select exactly what we're craving and what fits our dietary or lifestyle needs, and every meal is delivered fresh, never frozen. Just heat, eat, and enjoy. Factor meals can be heated in the oven or the microwave in just minutes. This is actually one of my favorite dishes from Factor. This is the black pepper and sage pork chop. I swear Factor is what kept Weston and I going during our main bedroom remodel project that we just did. If you've ever been through remodel projects, you know that that is the time of life when you are ordering takeout all the time. It just makes the project that much more expensive. But we had our Factor meals on hand that were ready to heat, super delicious and way more affordable than ordering out. And we could just sit there amidst the mess in our bedroom and the paint and the supplies and materials and tools and enjoy dinner together. And if you'd like to enjoy dinner or lunch or another meal with Factor, they even have breakfast options, which is pretty cool. Then head to factor75.com or click the link in my description box and use code NatalieB50 for 50% off your first box with Factor, plus they're up in the ante here. They're gonna send you free wellness shots for life. So they'll send you 2 wellness shots from 3 available flavors with every box that you order while you're a Factor active subscriber. Again, that code is NatalieB50 at factor75.com. Thanks so much to Factor for sponsoring that portion of today's video, for helping me restock my fridge for the week, helping me help support our family, and for making free content possible on this channel. Okay, so here is my tip for cleaning out your fridge, or I should say the lesson that I have learned recently. Yeah, and it took me this long to learn it, but hi. If you don't know me, I am a recovering perfectionist. And a lot of the time, my hang-ups for getting tasks done, especially with sort of an ADHD brain, is the all or nothing aspect of projects. I tend to go, if I can't do it thoroughly, I'm not gonna do it at all. And something that has helped so much with cleaning out the fridge specifically is not doing the entire task from start to finish. So instead of throwing everything on the countertops, pulling every single thing out, scrubbing every little nook and cranny so that it's sparkling and perfect, I will instead literally just shove stuff around, wipe underneath things, move it back to where it goes, and not do it the way Clean Talk does it. And you know what? Those big, thorough, deep cleans, they can be super satisfying and super rewarding. But if that's the way I do it every time, my brain starts to get wired in that direction, and I feel like I have to do it that way every time, which therefore sort of keeps me in this perfectionist ADHD loop where I can't actually find the motivation to start the task and just get it going. Simplifying the tasks and making them not as complicated every single time has tricked my brain into just getting going, and it has helped so much. Oh, feels so good to get the fridge cleaned out. That definitely gets the ball rolling for me here, and I want to keep the mojo going here because the next thing I have to do is something I am so not looking forward to. Would you like to see the messiest room I have ever shown? Oh my gosh. Welcome to the pit of despair. Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed. This room is the ensuite office space to our main bedroom. And we plan, I have said this so many times before over the last 2.5 years, we plan to make this a very functional and aesthetically pleasing sort of haven work zone for me, because I work full-time from home as a content creator. Very grateful for my job. And I have done this job from a tiny corner of our living room in our first home. I've done it from a tiny corner in our main bedroom in our second home. And now I have this great office space. But right now, I'm working in a tiny corner of the office space while the rest of the room has basically turned into our garage. Like if we had an attached garage to this house, all of this stuff in this room would actually be out there. We have a detached building on this property that is simply too far away for me to be able to quickly get supplies for remodeling projects, to get decor out, to get things that I'm doing when I'm working with a brand and I need a little spot to keep whatever product it is that I'm working with or showing. And when we go through remodeling projects, especially, this room turns into just a heap. And you know, I want to be better about getting this space under control, and there will come a day when we do make it happen. Today, kind of like I was just sharing with you guys with just getting going, not being a perfectionist, not doing the whole all or nothing thing, today, my goal is to clear out the stuff in this room that we used for our main bedroom remodeling project. I literally have paint cans, paint samples, decor pieces that I purchased but didn't end up using that need to be returned. I have our old nightstands in here that I need to kind of go through the drawers really quick and put stuff into our new nightstands. Remodeling or renovation videos can be a bit deceiving because you see everything in this pretty packaged before and after, which is the way I wanted to make that video. I wanted it to be satisfying and really fun to watch, but here is the aftermath. So Weston's actually home today. You probably heard him earlier when I was cleaning out the fridge. And he and I are going to kind of go through this stuff and see what we can actually bring out to our detached garage that we're not going to need here before we head out for our trip. I would feel so much better stepping on that airplane to hop across the pond with this room under control. Oh my gosh. Let's get started. Oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. When we were working on the project, I just had time to rip open a package, grab what I need, and then just throw it on the ground. So one of the things I'm looking forward to the most about getting this room sort of redone, remodeled, and established is that it will have some more definition as far as what goes in here, what doesn't. Like most of the rooms in our house, it will be a multi-purpose space. So I store decor in here. We've got kids' snow gear that will probably end up getting stored in their closets anyway. It's just kind of been in here for now. I store filmmaking and video tech gear and supplies and my computer and all of that. It's also kind of a music studio. I've got a piano and a drum set in here, and all sorts of other stuff in addition to the pile that ends up in here when we do remodeling projects, just because we don't necessarily want all of these supplies and kind of dangerous tools out in the house where our kids or other people's kids, when we have guests over, will hang out. So even though we could be better, we could definitely be better about keeping this room under control. The mess to some extent has kind of been a necessary evil as we've been working on a fixer-upper house and as we've had higher priorities in other rooms of this house. But oh man, it's gonna feel so good to get this place under control. And I imagine that if I wasn't working on a deadline for our remodeling projects, like if I could take my time with them and I wasn't filming it for content that has deadlines, I imagine that I would actually be able to keep this space a little bit more clean. But the majority of what I was finding in here as I was tidying up is pretty typical for a mess that we make, where it's like we're just unwrapping a package and the cardboard is just on the floor and it needs to be picked up and actually taken out and fully recycled and moved on and processed through. A lot of the other things in here were returns that I needed to make, like I was saying earlier. Artwork, decor pieces, sets of curtains, throw pillow covers that I didn't end up using. I had to source a lot of things really quickly in order to make the deadline for the video happen, and the stuff that I didn't end up using, like the alternate colors that I wanted as an option, can be sent back. I can get my money back and I can get my space back. And this wall of totes, ladies and gentlemen, is why my kids are not allowed in this room. If I hear something crash in the middle of the night, I know where it came from. This place is still a disaster, but it is so much better in here than where I started. Progress over perfection, right? It didn't actually take me very long at all to make my way through this first wave of decluttering and straightening things up in here. That was a lot. We're not going full-blown messy to minimal in this room. Let's just say messy to manageable, messy to I can actually walk through the roomable. Over the next few weeks, I'll just keep working in here off camera, doing a little bit of refining, working through some more stuff. There is, of course, more stuff in here that I could declutter out, but a lot of it is being held while we are waiting to build storage and to make stuff happen. All of my seasonal decor lives in here. This is where I store it. It's not in the garage because I need it close at hand while I'm making content about decorating for fall, decorating for Christmas. I just did a spring clean and decorate with me video. I said earlier, it's gonna feel so good to get it figured out in here. For right now, this was good progress. We're headed out to go have dinner with Weston's parents tonight, so I will pick up the camera tomorrow because I think tomorrow I'm gonna be making some returns of these items that need to go back that weren't actually used in the remodel. Oh hey, it's the next day. We're actually ready to have some fun. We're gonna head out and do some errands. And part of those errands is actually taking back some of these returns. And then I have a couple of clothing items. If you saw my recent closet declutter video, then you might remember that I ordered a men's 7 Converse shoe instead of a woman's 7, so that needs to go back among other things. So I am packing up this stuff, packing up the kids. I think we'll do a little Trader Joe's run and we are gonna hit the road. I literally just made like $400 worth of returns. That was well worth the time to set all of them up and to take all of it back. And now we're at Trader Joe's. Oh my goodness. Look at these. I had these in my wedding. Aren't those pretty? Home again, home again. Our house is a mess and we've got to clean it up really quick because we have cousins coming over in a couple of hours. But before we do that, I just wanted to do a quick little Trader Joe's haul for you. Kids decided they wanted to do pizza night with cousins. So we picked up a few different fun little frozen pizzas that we're gonna do with them tonight. Weston and I are trying to get more protein in than what these pizzas can offer, so we will be doing our factor meals tonight, but this is enough to feed all the kids. I always like to pick up some crackers while I'm at Trader Joe's because they have such a fun variety. And my 2 favorite things to get from Trader Joe's are flowers, which I'll show you in a second, and their olive tapenade. This is the first thing I ever purchased in my whole life from Trader Joe's, and I get at least 2 every time I go in, which is pretty rarely, so it's a nice little treat. If you've watched my channel in the autumn time, I usually pick up some of their little candles that they have, which are scented so beautifully. I don't do a lot of scented candles around here, but I make exceptions for my guest bathroom with Trader Joe's candles. And this one, it's not an autumn scent by any stretch of the imagination. It's grapefruit, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I picked up one of those. I might go back and pick up a couple more because I'd like to make some gift baskets for my mom and then my friend Teresa, who is like a third grandma to my kids. Between the 2 of them, they're going to be taking care of the kids while Weston and I are in Ireland for a week, and I would like to include something nice for them in their basket that I put together as a little thank you. And last but not least, we have some gorgeous flowers. So these status flowers, look at this pretty color. I am such a sucker for purples, like dusty purples and light pinks. So I picked up this bunch. These wax flowers are some of my favorite to put in wedding bouquets that I've done floral for. But I like them any time of the year and for any occasion. Look at how gorgeous those are. We got some ranunculus, which I have a sweet little vase in my bedroom that I think I'll put these in. And then, oh my goodness, the star of the show are these gladiolas. Look at how big these are. What is this, like 36 inches long at least? I'll probably have to cut these down a bit, but we have a nice big vase on our TV unit that I like to do something more dramatic in. And these have yet to like actually bloom. So hopefully we'll still have pretty flowers by the time Easter is here, which I'm not quite sure when this video is going up. Probably before Easter, because it's supposed to be in the month of March that this one goes up. This is being filmed a bit in advance so that I can kind of bank up some content for you guys before we head out on our trip. So I'm gonna put groceries away, get flowers in vases, do some cleaning around here, and then it's time for us to enjoy our little cousin night. If you haven't gotten up and done any cleaning with me yet for this video, and you have something around your house that you'd like to do, now would be a great time to get on up and join me. Or if you'd like to just sit back and relax and watch someone else do the work, more power to you. I love that for you.
And days without eating, 'cause it ain't enough for two, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. So you don't feel the cold, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.
Trader Joe's might be the cheapest place to get really beautiful florals, but every time I buy flowers, whether it's from there or anywhere, I'm always reminded that I want to start my own cut flower garden. I was actually talking about it in a recent garden update over on my Patreon. I think I may have found the perfect spot for my cut flower garden after much deliberation and trying to figure stuff out. I happened upon a very unexpected location, and if you want to hear what that is, then I will link my Patreon in the description box for you guys to go check out. $5 a month, and the first month you subscribe, you actually get all of the content that I've ever posted over there. So come join the fun if you want to. The kids right now are taking care of the living room. They're on what's called choky patrol. That's our little phrase for going around and finding anything that might be a choking hazard for a baby or a toddler. We're having a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old over tonight. My sister Anna's little boys are just so precious, and we're excited to have them over for a little pizza night while Anna and Josh go out on a date. It was actually part of our Christmas gift to them. We drew their names for Christmas. We all kind of draw names as siblings, so that we don't have to give a gift to everyone because we have quite a big family. But this year Weston drew Anna and I drew Josh, Anna's husband, and so we went in on a gift for the two of them. We got them a date night in, little package for a fun takeout date night for them to have at home, and then a date night out where they can go out to actually our favorite restaurant. It's Carnal in Bellingham, Washington, up where we were today. And then I included a little like homemade voucher for a night of childcare for them. So we're really excited to have Silas and Edmund over and have our nice little pizza night with them.
Borders, get where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.
It's always so fun to have our sweet little cousins over. We had such a great time with them the other night. But the next thing I want to do on my to-do list is sort of straighten up and do a declutter of our schoolroom. I don't share much about homeschooling on my channel. I do here and there, and kind of going into the new school year. I kind of like to keep it as a personal journey, especially because I really like to respect my kids' privacy. But I am so excited to share that we leapt into the next grade with the boys. That has been such a big win for us. So I officially have twin 4th graders. I can't believe that. They tested out of a lot of the 3rd grade material left in their school year. So I actually have a lot of empty books, handbooks, curriculum that I'm going to either save for Haley, half of it because I have it in doubles because twins, and then the other half I can either donate to local homeschoolers or my siblings for when my nieces and nephews get a little bit older. We've got this organizer over here that actually, I set this up at the beginning of the school year, and not everything is a win. This has been such a massive pain in my rear, not just my rear, everyone's rear, our collective rear. It has been so annoying. These drawers slide off of their little tracks or fall down all the time. They hold almost too much, so junk just sort of piles up in there. I would like to put together a better system. Today is not that day. Today I'm gonna be decluttering. I'm not gonna take this out of here. I'm just gonna make it more functional, and getting this checked off the to-do list before the holiday, before our vacation, is gonna feel so good. Liam, why do you have this many pencils in your bin? What the heck? Are you just hoarding pencils?
No matter where I go, your love is with me. I climbed the highest height and you were there. Why should I be afraid? You go.
Oh my, Judah, it looks like you did the same thing. Just tons of pencils in your drawer. That's where they all went.
My darkest night and you weren't scared, 'cause you never flinch and you never change. Your spirit goes before me as you light my way. Wherever I go, I know you go there with me. You meet me on the mountain and you find me in the valley. Wherever I go, I know you go there with me. I love you in the breakthrough and I trust you in the mystery.
All of this came out of there. I told you these drawers, they hold too much, but it's all pared down to exactly what we need and use. And now it's time to process this stuff. I've got stuff that they worked on that needs to be filed away, stuff that needs to be recycled, etc.
'Cause you are wherever I go. You are wherever I go. You are wherever I go. Wherever I go.
Note to self, I need to get a file box so that I can actually put the stuff that has been completed into it. That's how I file and show records of each year that we homeschool. But this year, because the boys had such a massive leap, we got through a lot of material super quickly. So it's really starting to pile up, and we are just busting out of this little drawer. Just kind of in a new stage with the boys now, and it's actually been so much fun and so rewarding. So I was able to go through these horrible drawers. I was able to go through the drawers that are actually working for me. Everything is feeling so much better. I have a little bundle of stuff that I can pass on to other people should they want it. And then I found this, which is a crock pot cover that I think is my mom's. It has my maiden name on it, so it's gotta be my mom's. Wendy Howell needs to come pick up this. I actually think she's coming over later today, so I'll be able to give this to her. If not, I'll hand it off to her when we're there on Easter. And speaking of Easter, let me show you these flowers. First of all, these daffodils. Oh my goodness, it's amazing what you see from the field bunch when they haven't bloomed yet to the show off beautiful bright yellow bloom. Oh my gosh, aren't those beautiful? But wait until you see the gladiolas. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous are these? And we still have blooms. In fact, I think I'm going to rotate some of these because I think the ones that are closest to the sunlight with our front window, they're going to be perfect to just liven up our home for this weekend that we're about to celebrate as a family. Very, very special to us as Christians. And I am ready for a good spring break with my family. Easter, Resurrection Sunday, this whole special weekend for us, and then our Ireland trip that Weston and I are going on. I'm just so excited. You may have noticed a couple of extra uploads here in the month of March. That was in an effort to share as much content as possible with you guys before we have our family holiday and Weston and I take our trip overseas. I will be back to my regular upload schedule in mid-late April, but for now things just look a little bit different with the plans that our family has, and I hope the extra uploads here in March will kind of tide you over before we come back from our trip and I get to share more with you at that time. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today as I got some stuff checked off the to-do list and done around here. It feels really good to get each and every one of these tasks. Thanks for giving me a safe place where I can show the mess and I can show the reality of what projects look like, or crazy messy garage spaces that are supposed to be offices. I'm always so grateful to be able to share my journey toward a simplified home with you guys, and I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. So thanks so much for spending a little part of your day here with me on my channel. Have a wonderful rest of your Holy Week to those of you who celebrate with us, and I'll catch you later.